Hey guys, welcome to the first class of the strict handstand push-up handstand program. Right, this is, as I've said, it's going to be a 4-week, 12-class program, and we're going to focus specifically on strict pushing strength, specifically the strict handstand push-up, pike push-up, and push-up, regular push-up. But also we're going to focus on improving some of our handstand positions, general overhead stability, and overhead positions. So this first day here is going to be a test day, right? So this program is going to start with a test day, and we're going to go after 4 total tests to see where we are right now. Just have a benchmark that we can compare ourselves to in 4 weeks' time. Ideally, for you, the structure of this is that it's 3 classes per week. Always try to keep a day, maybe sometimes 2 days in between these classes to allow for enough recovery. In terms of equipment, you won't need anything besides maybe an object like this. Can be a table, if you have a box, can be a chair, can be something, whatever you can put your feet on, a couch, and an empty spot and free spot on the wall. That's really the only thing you need, and those are the only 2 things that are essential. I will also sometimes give a few variations if you do have dumbbells at home, kettlebells at home, so we can use some of these things that you have at home to do some of these exercises. But in general, I've designed this in a way that it only needs really this, right, a box, table, or whatever, and a wall. So this first class today, like I said, is going to be test week. Our test day. And we're going to start with a warm-up. So we're just going to start with an easy, simple warm-up. I'm going to do this entire program with you. So these are pretty much follow-along sessions. But if you just want to go and skip ahead, just look in the comment section of this video, and I'll always write down what is the program for that day, and then you can just get after this. Right? But if you just want to follow along, you follow along. So for today's class, like I said, we have these 4 tests, and we're going to start with a warm-up. We're going to start with a little bit of shoulder mobility, a little bit of wrist mobility, and then we're going to do a few warm-up exercises. So if you have a table, box, or whatever, you will start with your knees on the ground. Just make sure you have enough space. Then you bring your chest down as close as possible to the ground. Our goal is here to keep your arms straight, hands flat on the object, and then drive your chest down, holding this here for about 30 seconds. All right, this was probably about 30. Then hands flat on the ground, fingertips pointing forward, and we go for circles. So we go over to the right, or left, and all the way over to the right. We go 5 circles in each direction. Right. Put as much pressure on your hands as you can. Go to the left, forward, to the right, and then back. Right. This was, I think, 4. And then 5, and then you go into the other direction, and just go for big circles. Good. Turn your hands out to the side, fingertips pointing to the side. Make sure you have your shoulders on top of your wrists. Then go over to the left, over to the right. Over to the left, over to the right. Right? 5 times, each direction. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then fingertips towards you. And then try to sit down on your heels without lifting your hand off the ground. So keep the palm of your hands on the ground. to spend here about 30 seconds. Good. Right. Then back to the box. Hands again, top of the box. Again, driving the chest down to the ground, opening up the shoulders. Keep your arms straight. Try to have your hands also shoulder width, not wider, and your arms straight. Fantastic. Now, we'll start our warm-up. And what we're going to start with, super simple arm circles. Right? We go 10 times forwards, big arm circles. 10, right? Then backwards. As big as you can, right? Super wide. Good, right? Then next, down into push-up plank, right? Hold the push-up plank for 20 seconds. Good. Next, I forgot, right? One of the things you also need essential, but you have that at home, is a broomstick, right? Or just a broom, really. And we go for wide grip, right? Wide enough so that you can keep your arms straight and bring the broomstick behind you. Like 10 times. That was 10. Then for me, slightly more challenging, starting with the broomstick from behind, palms facing forward. Again, right, even when we do this, we try to keep our core tight. That's the beauty of gymnastics, right? You always work your core every exercise because you always keep a tight core. Then from here, right, shoulders up, straight arms to the front and back. And again, right, 10 times. Now it's 10. Alright, so that's the first round. Shake off your arms and shoulders. And then we go again, second round. Arm circles first. Alright, then 10 backwards. Again, right, keeping the core tight. Good. Right, down to the push-up plank, 20 seconds. Right, I'm just counting it in my head. Right, I just count to 20 slowly. can now. Bring your hands a bit closer in. And then 10 reverse shoulder dislocates. I cheated that one. Good, right? Now to finish our warm-up, we're going to go for a couple of push-ups. Right? If you have regular push-ups, we'll go for just push-up on our toes, right, in a good plank position. I'll show it from all angles really, and if you cannot, you go for knee push-ups. In this, goal is always to keep a nice tight hollow position, and then we're going to knock out 3 sets of 5. And anything in gymnastics really, we'll try to keep our elbows super close to our side, right, because that later on translates into more advanced movements, ring dips, helps us with our muscle ups and some other stuff too, right? So for the push-up, the regular one, you're on your toes, right here, right, spread your fingers a bit, then bring the shoulders forward, touch your chest to the ground, right, 5 times. If you cannot, knees down, same thing though, right? Hands under the shoulders, bring your shoulders forward, go down, press back up. Shoulders forward, down, press back up. And that's the knee push-up. Rest about, I'd say 20 to 30 seconds. In between those sets, I'm going to show now, again from a bit of a different angle, how it should look like. So you're right here, nice tight hollow position, bring your shoulders forward, press up. Right, 5. I'm going to show you also again the knee push-up, just to make sure that you get what I mean by bringing your body flat down to the ground. So on the knees, right, you're right here. Also keep the butt squeezed, tight hollow, shoulders forward, go down, press up. Right, also 5 times. Again, a bit of rest in between. And then we'll go for the last set. And then our warm is done. Again, nice tight hollow. Alright, so that's our warm-up for the test day. We're now going to jump into test number 1. Okay, test number 1 is a max set of strict handstand push-ups. This is obviously going to be with our feet against the wall, and if you do not have strict handstand push-ups, and I'll demonstrate them in a second, you can either go for pike push-ups, which is the next step, or a box handstand push-up, or with your feet on an object, right? And I'll demonstrate those as well. Or you can also go for a diamond push-up, either with a regular stance on your toes or on your knees. Alright? So I'll demonstrate all of these. For this next set, it's super important in general gymnastics, like I said before, you try to keep your elbows as close as possible to your body. Alright, so really we're trying to have our elbows move in this direction. The same is true once we're in a handstand, right? We're here, our elbows go back towards the wall behind us. Right? We try not to have our elbows go out to the side. Right? Because this is our movement where we are pressing from, we are push pressing from it, push jerk, and do also other movements, Olympic weightlifting movements, from the same position. So we'll try to find this and do this in everything we do. Alright, so I'll demonstrate now all the movement options that you have, and then we're going to go for the test. Before the test, we're going to go for primer sets. We're going to have 3 sets of 2 to 3 repetitions. Personally, I will go for 2 to get us ready for the movement, and then we give ourselves a few seconds of rest, and then we go for the test. So, first, the strict handstand push-up. Alright, always make sure you tuck your shirt in gymnastics. And that's our strict handstand push-up. Next one, the pike push-up. Nice pike position. You're on the ground in a nice pike. Rock forward. Elbows go back. Push yourself back onto your heels. Again, onto the toes. Head touches in front of the fingertips. Push yourself back. Alright, so that's option number 2. You can do the pike push-up also with your feet on the box. Just make sure that once you have your feet on the box, chair, or wherever it is, that you're as stacked as possible. Right? Ask your girlfriend, boyfriend, kids, whoever, mother, father, to check if your hips, shoulders, and wrists are on one straight line pointing up. Then the movement is the same. Your shoulders go forward, head goes down to the ground, press back up. Right? Try to be as stacked as possible. Right? It should look more like a handstand push-up than it looks like a push-up. Alright? You want to use the shoulders. If all of that is not an option, we're going to go for diamond push-ups. This is where we get more of our triceps, which is most likely what we need to strengthen to get you your first handstand push-up. So for the diamond push-up, you have your index finger and your thumbs touching. Right, you'll be on the ground. You can either go for the knee version, right, where you're here, hollow position again, shoulders go forward, press yourself back up. Or if you want, on your toes, right, shoulders go forward, go down, press back up. Also this, we have a max set. So you decide now, you have these 5 options really: strict, against the wall, pike, box, or diamond. One question might be, can you use a nap mat or a pillow, 2 pillows? The answer is obviously you can, but just bear in mind that you're training a very specific range of motion. Right? And you're going to get very strong in that range of motion. So if the ab mat, if you use 2 ab mats or 1 ab mat, you're going to get stronger in that range of motion, right? That's from fully extended to ab mat and back up. That doesn't translate into you becoming stronger in that range of motion that you will need to go all the way down to the ground. That is something that you'll train with these box handstand push-ups or the pike push-ups, where you go for a full range of motion. Right? So always make sure that you'll try to pick the version that allows you to perform a movement with the full range of motion. Alright, so I'm going to go now for my warm-up sets. Like I said, it's 3 sets of 2. And you rest a bit in between. Obviously tucking in my t-shirt hasn't really worked for that long. Alright, so you just rest a bit, whatever feels appropriate. That was 2. Alright, last set. Alright, good, right? So that's the warm-up sets done. I will rest now for a minute to a minute and a half, and then I'm going to go for the test. But I'm just going to stop the video here now, and then you see me again doing the test versus me, or seeing me rest for 1.5 to 2 minutes and doing absolutely nothing. So see you again for the test. Alright, now it's time to go for the test. 1 set of max strict handstand push-ups, pike push-ups, box handstand push-ups, or the diamond push-ups. I do not really have a goal, so we'll just see what's going to happen. I'm going to call it there today. I believe that was 7. Oh, I count the video again. I think it was 7. Let's just say it was 7. So that's my first test for the strict handstand push-ups. Just write that down. Right? This is our starting score. So we'll try to improve this in 4 weeks' time over these 12 classes. Okay, first test is done. My score was 7 strict handstand push-ups. Just gonna go with it. Hopefully by the end of these 12 weeks, 12 classes, I can bump that up to 10, right? That'd be a great goal. The next thing we're going to do is a handstand hold. Right? Again, feet against the wall, just holding the handstand for as long as we can. Scaling is gonna be simple for this. Either with the feet on the box, chair, couch, whatever you have, walk yourself into a good pike position. Ideally, like I said before, with your hips and shoulders and wrists in one straight line, as much as this, your hamstring ability allows you to do. All right, so just like before, warming up, going for 3 sets of about 10 to 15 seconds on the handstand hold. I'll show you all options. So I'll start here with the regular handstand hold, and then I'll show it to you on box. Alright, so set up your timer, or have someone time it, and then you kick up. And just 10 seconds, just holding it. Rest a little bit in between 50 sets. And so next I'll show how to do it with your feet on the box. Right, my hamstring really also isn't the best, but you try to have your legs straight. If you have to bend them slightly, that's okay. But you try to move your hands as close as possible to the box. Right, or to the chair. Just make sure it's stable, right? Don't fly off it. So from here, I normally like to keep my legs bent, move as close as you can, and then extend the hips, right? The legs, have your feet, hips over your shoulders. Ooh, I shouldn't have talked through this. It's tougher than you think. Right, I'm pretty sure my hips weren't all the way above my shoulders, right? But so you try to move your feet forward or your hands back. What works quite well is to bend the knees, walk closer, extend the legs. Bend the knees, walk closer, extend the legs. Right, if none of this works, just go for plank hold. Right, just go for a regular plank hold in this position, like a push-up plank, holding it for max distance, max time. Right, holding it for not for distance, but for max time. Right, I'm gonna bring this box out of the way, and then go for my 2 sets, my warm-up sets. Again, trying to tuck the t-shirt in. It's not very compliant today. And a good tip is to have the phone straight under you for the handstand hold so you see your time. And the last one. Alright. And then rest a little bit. But again, I'm going to stop the video here. I will rest now about a minute and a half. And then I'll see you for test number 2, a max time handstand hold. Okay, it's time to go for test number 2, max time handstand hold. And make sure you set up your timer. I will have the timer straight under me. And then we'll see how long I can hold the handstand for. That was 30 seconds. I'm gonna take it. Right, it's a good score to get started. Obviously, many of you will be able to probably hold this for a lot longer. I really tried to push through my shoulders, and once I felt like I lost a good position, I came down. Let's test number 2. Max handstand hold for max time. I got 30 seconds. Again, let's check in 4 weeks and see what I can get up to. Alright, the third test will be 1 max set of push-ups. Right, so let's go for regular push-ups, keep our elbows as close as possible to our body, and then 1 set for as many repetitions as you can. If you need to scale it down to knee push-ups. Alright, so again, I'm going to do a few warm-up sets. I'm going to go for 3 sets of 3 push-ups, and then I'll rest a bit, go for the max set. Alright, just 3 repetitions. Don't have to rest a lot in between that. And make sure chest touches the ground and that you keep your elbows nice and close. Alright, last set. And then you rest a bit, right? Alright, let's go. 1 set, max push-ups. Let's see. You can rest in the plank position. I'm going to call it there. I felt that my form was going. 33 if I didn't miscount. So that's test number 3, push-ups for as many repetitions. Alright, the last test number 4 of the gymnastics program is going to be 90 seconds of max V-ups or tuck-ups. You decide if you're going for V-ups or tuck-ups. It's really just testing our core strength and also our endurance in our core. I personally prefer V-ups because I feel like it leads to toes to bars or more toes to bars. So I will do V-ups today in this test for 90 seconds, as many as I can. And it doesn't have to be an unbroken set, it's just as many repetitions as you can in 90 seconds. You can start and stop however you like. If you do have a pull-up bar at home, feel free to go for strict toes to bars, try to keep it strict, or strict straight leg raises. Alright, movement standards here for me for the V-ups will be that I'll try to touch my toes after every repetition and then just crank out as many as I can. Alright, for the tuck-ups, the same, tuck your knees as close as possible to your chest, always return to a hollow position. So I'm going to go for 3 sets of 3 just to warm up. Lastly, short amount of rest, and then we'll go for the test, right? Like I said, the test is 90 seconds, as many repetitions as you can in those 90 seconds. Feel free to start and stop however you feel like or have to. Right, I will start in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. And time. Whew. Okay. Oh, I have to add that up real quick, but I think it should be 42 because I did 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So it should be 42 if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that's my results. Right, so strict handstand push-ups was 6 or 7 I think. And then hands and hold, 30 seconds. Definitely probably the one that I can improve the most, but it's always been a weakness of mine, the handstand hold. Just don't like to be in that position a whole lot, at least not statically. Push-ups, I think I got 30, 31, forgot. And this was 42. So we're gonna train 3 times a week, work on these movements, and then we'll retest in 4 weeks' time and see if we've gotten any better. Talk to you guys later.